Hello, you. It's been a while. Hopefully, you're doing well. So welcome back to Beyond the 90. Again, it's different setup. I might be doing some of these going forward. I'll give you a little bit of a spiel towards the end, but as you've probably seen, Marti Cifuentes has been officially announced as Leicester City manager. I'll give you my thoughts on this. Overall, I'm quite happy with it. Apart from Danny Roll, who we couldn't get because of money and whatever, and considering where we were with the players that were linked, because I knew it's been a roller coaster, hasn't it? Take it back 3 or 4 weeks when we had Sean Dyche, Chris Wilder, and be going, oh my god, these players, Gary O'Neill, and I would have got behind them, but quite reluctantly. Let's be honest, because they're not like amazing. So I'm really happy with him. Apart from Roll, I think this is the best candidate we could have got. I remember seeing his position and he said the right things. What I've noticed, which is really cool, I don't think he's been going as much around Leicester as he can. He actually tweeted about Leicester City when we won the league, about a team and everything. And the philosophy I like, what I want people to do, because I think we saw he is less superior to an Enzo. We saw Enzo just gone and won the Club World Cup, and well done to him. He isn't going to be as good as him, but we saw how the fans, especially in the ground, reacted to some of the kind of quietness. I don't think it will be as patient, and I might do a tactical analysis because there's all sorts of amazing things to talk about with him. But I'm really looking forward to him. The thing is, there will be a lot of emphasis placed at him. And I think out of all the things that are going on at the club, he is the least to blame. The board are an absolute joke. And this is part of one of the reasons I'm making the video. That the players, the fact that we haven't got any of them out, any of them. Yes, we've got all the people who have got on free transfer. If you look at the players that are going out in 2026 on a free transfer, it's quite a lot. Dackers, Samore, Cody, you've got Ricardo, JJ, you've got quite a few people going out on a free. I think Fast might be leaving as well. It might be 2027, I'm not sure. Anyway, they're more to blame, and the board are partly to blame. I've been taking a break from content, and I'll be honest, because I've been enjoying my life away from football, because football has been an absolute... Every time, even the people like Radio Leicester, who are normally quite objective, quite fair, and quite, I'll be honest, they kind of pander to the club. They have been going in with this current situation, and it's been the Fox's what was it called? The Fox's Trust Report. 93% of people think the board are doing a below par job, and that's being kind. A terrible to poor job. The fact that nothing is changing behind the scenes. I am excited a little bit, but I'll probably end a lot of my videos going, we still need change. And it's not the fault of Marti Cifuentes is not going to be the problem, but he will be blamed by some of the fans for playing the style of football that he has. We need to give him until December before we make our judgment. Other managers and other teams that have better boards and that have their stuff together have got a not just a step up on us. So think about when we came down to the Premier League. We got Enzo sorted, I think June the 13th or something around then. Daniel Farker didn't get started until a couple of weeks afterwards. And that left Leeds at the beginning a little bit... They stumbled a little bit at the beginning as they were adapting to Farker's style, and then they started to go on the run towards the end. What that meant is that, yes, they've got promoted this year, but the year that we got promoted, they didn't get promoted. And they were on the back foot because us and Southampton were just brilliant. Ipswich were phenomenal. I believe that this championship is going to be harder than that championship that we came up in. We're going to have, from what it seems like, a points deduction, maybe a transfer ban, and we're playing it very careful at the moment. That's not a US. That's not a US. It looks like, I don't know. It looks like a flying saucer, but it looks a bit like a lamp. But I think there's major problems with this club. There's genuinely major problems, and I can't lie. Last year, I just felt like ranting at the board, and there are lots of channels doing that. I just didn't want to be another one that just slagging the club off constantly, even though I thought it was fully deserved. I didn't see the point in wasting my time and energy. I've been using my weekends to go and go out and enjoy myself a lot more. It's been better for my mental health because, let's be honest, I don't know if anybody else there, Leicester Football Club is not good for your mental health, especially over the last couple of years, knowing that nothing's going to change. Because, again, we're in a world of pain. And I back Marti. I think he'll do a good job. I really want to see the fact that he paid the compensation, the fact that he's been interested in the club and he's willing to help us out. I think it's been a great show. It's just, why was this not done ages ago? And that might be cynical, but I think it's important because we are looking for any bit of good news at the moment. The problem is, objectively, there's a lot of bad stuff happening at the club. And that's where I want to come from, and I want to blame zero on that on the manager. I'm really excited for him. His attacking style, I think he's a couple of players going to get the most out of. The young players that are coming through, there's a really good stuff in pre-season, even if the very hot match against Leuven was just a bit of a drear after the first 45 minutes, wasn't it? And again, I don't want to just come on and go, this was crap all the time. It's just not, it's not the impression I want to give. But it's also important to remember the long-term situation at the club is not in a good place whatsoever. So, Marti, I'm behind. Let's see who he brings in terms of the backroom staff. Let's see who he promotes. Because, yes, the young players, but there are a few people that have been hanging around, like your Connor Cody's. He will do an okay job in the Championship. Yannick Vestergaard, I don't think we'll be able to shift him. Walt Fast, let's be honest, needs to go. And make room for the younger players. The fact that we've not been able to shift them has been a problem, let's be honest, for a long time now. Because then we're going to have a load of players leave on a free and make this financial situation even worse. I'm glad that we've not signed anybody. My only thing is, we do need a striker. I think Marti does like a tall, physical striker, and we haven't really got that in the academy. That's one position that I think we have to sign. But I think from what reports have been said, and cleverly, and well done to the club, a slightest bit of credit, that they've not signed anybody without the manager being in, and they've not actually gone out. Partly, I think it's because they physically couldn't, because the EFL are breathing down their neck more than ever before, and they're looking for revenge. And secondly, I think that obviously getting the manager in was the priority before you get any of the signings. And they've not promised him the world like they have Maresca, like Ruud van Nistelrooy they promised him the world. Like Maresca, they promised him a lot and didn't deliver. And I don't want that to happen to another manager. He has got a record at QPR of throwing his toys a bit out of the pram. But I'll be honest, I think we need that. We need somebody to come and shake up this board and kind of tell them what's what. Because at the moment, the club is not in a good state. In terms of what's going to happen going forward with this channel, I'm still undecided. I still want to do content. It might be more like this and just giving my opinion over the short term. And then I'll be probably doing, now we've got back in the Championship, some contacts I want to do some previews with, etc. But I'll be honest, sitting watching the football every weekend, especially after last season when I could have done a lot of things better, that's something to mention. If you're not aware, I do like a DJ channel I'll leave a link in the channel, link in the description. I've never really promoted it before, but I've been really enjoying doing music and stuff a lot more, alongside obviously this and in replacement of football. But yeah, I don't really believe in Top. Definitely don't believe in Rudkin. They've decided not to listen once again and just to bury their head in the sand until the situation goes away, which it won't. So I might use this channel to go, look, this isn't good enough. And even fans that are hardcore Leicester City are starting to turn. It will be interesting next year. I won't hear people shouting at the manager until like December time, because he's come into an unbelievable situation and it's not his fault. He will be stubborn, as we've seen with Enzo, and he will get things wrong, and I think that's absolutely fine if he does, but I still won't blame him. I'll still blame the board, because we are in a world of pain. Let's hope it's not too serious, this point deduction. I've seen recently, I think Rob Dorset has mentioned, or Foss have mentioned, that it was a 9-point deduction, which if it isn't actually too bad. I still think that will be just enough to get us in the playoffs. Let's see what happens. But again, it's good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. As you've seen, there's lots of other channels doing different content. Let's be honest, there's not been a lot to talk about, hence why I've just decided just to keep quiet. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next video when there's another positive update. So goodbye.